this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And if that light go out, then I'm replacing mine. I can't give up, no, I can't give in. Got so much fight within, I must win. There's no holding back, gotta go all in. 2 steps forward, no steps back, then repeat again. Sometimes you gotta let go and let God. Respect those who work hard, it's teamwork, play your part. And if you got doubt, then you're losing faith.
You were given a gift and you didn't use it. You were given a gift and you let them abuse it. You were given a gift and you didn't protect it. Yet you wonder why your life is so hectic. My name is my name, and yes, I take pride. The definition of my name, I will not hide. My name is not your name and your name is not mine, but let's clear this up so there's no blurred lines. Your name is your name. So my question to you fellas is, how will you be defined? What Kunta Kinte did in this scene is what a lot of those black brothers are not doing. Kunta Kinte was trying to protect his heritage, trying to protect that name, that legacy. That's what he was trying to do. Kunta Kinte was willing to die. This wasn't Kunta Kinte running off. He was getting whipped because he was stubborn, because he took pride in his name, because he knew what Kunta Kinte meant. That's my family, that's my life, that's my heritage. When I have kids, they gotta know who Kunta Kinte is. When we let society call us, like Mr. Green said earlier, deadbeats, alcoholics, and drug heads, and dropouts, that's basically saying, okay, my name is Toby. My name is Toby. People would ask, Tony, why do you care so much about what SAAB does? I said, because you gotta protect that name. Because when you join an organization, it's no longer Brian Harper, Gary Ronsonfield, Brian Hayes, Tony Miller. This is what SAAB did. So if you acting the fool, SAAB is acting the fool. So you guys, African American males, we gotta protect that name. Your name is all you have. And your name can open doors for you. If you have a good name, hey, this guy, he's a pretty good guy. This is how you get letters, recommendations, you get jobs and everything like that. If you got a bad name, you might want to go to somebody else. Tony might not be the guy. And we take pride in that. We can't take pride in names that our parents gave us. Yeah. Your name is your brand. It's your brand. You're your public relations manager. It's on you. Like I showed you those slides when I showed you the original names of Swiss Beats and Jules Santana and Jamie Foxx. You have the power to be who you want to be and make people call you what you want them to call you. We let we get nicknames and everything like that, and we take pride. You gotta think about the connotations and the denotations of those nicknames. It gotta be something positive. It gotta be something that's speaking life. I know my nickname is Dale because I'm Tony Jr. Now, they didn't call me Junior because Mama don't like that. She wants me to be called Junior. He's Tony. I ain't want to be called Little Tony, Big Tony. I get that sometimes. But in the city of Augusta, with family and close friends, I'm known as Dale because they cut my middle name off to distinguish me from my father. So when they say Tony and I'm around family and close friends, I don't look up because they're not talking to me. They're talking to him. My identity is there when I'm with family. But when I'm at the University of Memphis and I'm at Georgia Southwestern State University, I'm Tony Miller Jr. I told you guys last year, America's biggest fear is not us killing each other and selling drugs or whatever. America's biggest fear is us black men doing what we're doing today, shirt and tie, because they don't know how to deal with us. They don't know how to deal with us. If you say, I know how to deal with him, he don't know how to talk. But if you know how to hold up, carry on a conversation and educate them on something they didn't know, it's like, wow, this is an impressive guy. And you don't know how to deal with those people. But when you make it easy on society to deal with you, when you don't mind proving society right, and you must not really prove them wrong, it's easy to deal with us. So what do you want to represent? Jordy made a name for himself. He is defined with greatness. That's what it is. He's defined with greatness. And all those previous names that I showed you, it's something that they do have that some of us don't possess. They have ADHD. And it's not the ADHD you're thinking about. Their attitude was positive, it was awesome. They knew their attitude was their altitude. If I looked at a circumstance and I saw it as an obstacle, I was going to overcome it. These guys was determined. If you told me you're not going to do this, when you told those guys, they said, watch this. By now, people know Jordan got cut from his high school team. The story gets, hyperbole all the time, whatever the case is, Jay-Z, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He got cut from varsity. But hey, he's still Jordan, he got cut. Basically, that coach said, you're not that good, you're not good enough for me now. But Jordan said, okay, I'm determined. That age, hard work. These guys work hard. My pop said it earlier, a lot of high school African-American men, they say they want to be NFL players, NBA players. Some may want to play baseball, some may want to play golf. They want to go pro ultimately. But they're not working hard. They go to practice when it's time to practice, but they're not putting in any extra time. Those guys are putting in time. And the last D, they're dedicated. They're dedicated to it, no matter what it is. Because they know they're determined, but they know hard time is going to come. And they're committed. Us brothers don't really commit. We have a problem committing in relationships because it's too many women out there. But when you dedicate yourself to this, when you dedicate yourself to being a successful black man, you dedicate yourself to SAAB, it does not matter what happens, it does not matter what's going on in your life. You want to get to that goal, you want to make it happen. But we know these brands because CEOs, whoever it is, they knew. They said, we gotta listen. The reason we buy these things is simply because of the brands. The cheap, the Family Dollar, Dollar General, Walmart, they got polo shirts, but it don't have the gator on it. It don't have the horse on it. And some shirts, they like, shoot, we gonna put the horse on it, but it ain't the right horse. So I don't want my boys to talk about me. So we buying for the brand, we buying for the jump man. And that's fine, fellas. But what these companies have done, you can do it yourself. You want to wear this because it's going to make you look better. You want to feel good about yourself. So when it's a young lady there, she should look at you as Apple or as Polo. If I get on this brother's arm, I'm going to be looking good. Because there's a whole bunch of clearance rack dudes out there that they can step with. But if you doing your thing, you rocking that college campus like you're supposed to be, you could be the Ralph Lauren of the campus. Where every girl trying to get with you for the right reason, not the wrong reason. You are your brand. You market yourself. And as black men, since we don't know who we are, because we don't know what our name represents, we don't know what our name means, we don't know who we want to be, we allow society to tell us, this is who you want to be. You want to be an unsuccessful college student. You're going to have the lowest graduation and retention rate. You're going to be a weed head. You're going to be a deadbeat head. You're going to be a dropout. You're going to be just like your dad. You're going to be just like your big brother. You will never amount to anything. We don't know no better. But we do. We just don't do no better. And like I said, we go to conferences and we do this and do that and rah, thank you for telling me. But we step back on that campus and do the same thing on the days when we're not dressing up for soccer. Because we so worried about what our homies are going to say or what the ladies are going to say. Because we care more about society's brand of black men than our own brand of ourselves. What does that red diamond represent? 110. Who is that 110? Who is that 10%? Now we made the WB the boy, 2010. Fellas, us black men at this conference and all the other black men who go to other different conferences, we are the top 10. And we're responsible for bringing that other 90% of black people up. So when we made the greatest logo, and FedEx created their logo, it was all strategic. This was not an accident. It's a reason why that diamond is at the bottom and the red diamond not at the top. But we black men, we're black people, we're African American. So we're already at the bottom. But this here, this is us in this room, us next door. It's our job as black, because it starts with the man. It starts with the man. And we're that 10% that's responsible, because we have to provide for our wives, our sons and our daughters. We have to be the example for the generations to come. And it starts now. It should have started yesterday. It should have started years ago. But now, this is what we're supposed to do. I got this quote down here. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. But you got to be confident. And a lot of us black men, we lack confidence. Because society has beat us down so much, we're afraid. What needs to happen, this is the crazy thing. This is the crazy thing. Black women are being raised the way black men should be by their mothers. Black women are being raised to be independent, be strong, get yours, do what you need to do, because ain't nobody out there gonna help you. But black men are being raised by black mothers. Well, don't say that, baby. If you say that, you're gonna get in trouble. Black men are being taught to perform. You see it all the time. Little 6 and 7-year-old boys in front of their moms and their friends dancing and dugging and all of that and tweaking and all of that. Because they're being taught to perform. They're not being taught to produce. They're not being taught to provide. They're not being taught to protect. And that's what it means to be a man in general. Forget being black. As a man, you gotta provide, protect. That's what you gotta do. We're not entertainers. We're men. We have to provide, we have to protect. We gotta produce for our families. So, when it comes to us men, why is my life jacked up? It was jacked up when we put our name on that resume. Our name was already jacked up because we did this, we did that, and we didn't think nothing up because we're bigger than everybody. We didn't want to do. But the thing is, we have a second chance to change it. We have a second chance, but we got to take those opportunities. And understand we got to love and cherish our name.